Hi folks, just an update from the shed to let you know how things are going and what projects I have on at the moment. Just to catch up on the SpongeBob lamp. I haven't actually done much with SpongeBob because I've been busy doing other things, but that's basically where we're at the moment. I'm beginning to paint it now. So, and obviously that's the back of it there. So once the painting is done and tidied up and cleaned and stuff like that, we need to add a module on the back, and the module, when you press the button, will actually play the theme tune of SpongeBob. That's the idea there. So that's SpongeBob out of the way. This other project here is just a set of headphones. They're €60, these headphones. They're very good noise cancelling headphones, but one side is not working, which is a common problem with headphones. And the problem is, it's not the speaker works okay, it's just a loose connection. But these wires are very thin, it's very difficult to work with them. But I have this here, which is an adapter, stereo adapter, which I found I had in a box. So that's another job to do, to replace the old one with the new one. And hopefully it'll solder okay, and we'll be able to fix it. Now, the main project for today to show you is sneak preview. This is not finished, by the way, folks. I have more work to do on this, but I'll give you a sneak preview of what I'm doing with it. They say necessity is the mother of all invention, and I was in a location where I needed a miniature table saw, but that ran on battery, not on power, because there was no power where I was. And I needed something small that I could carry with one hand. So I looked on the internet, and yes, they had loads of miniature table saws, but they required power. And yes, they will do a table saw that takes a battery, but it's quite big and bulky, and it was just too big for what I wanted. So I decided to make my own table saw. So, and this is it here. This is a small table saw, and I'm going to have a handle on this so I can carry it. You can carry it with one hand, you can stick it in the bag, and as you can see, it has a blade on it there, and it all has an on button there. Okay, now if I open it up and show you inside, what we have is the DC motor, which is a 12 to 24 volt DC motor. And we have a DeWalt battery, 18 volt 5 amp DeWalt battery. Now, the reason why I wanted this is because I needed something small, and I needed something that run with a battery, and you can carry this with one hand. It's very compact, and inside here I have a little space to carry the tools to take the blade off if need be, and I can store blades in here as well. So now the thing is with this is the device that the battery sits in, this device here, if I was to just have the power on the switch and that switched on, that could actually, that's health and safety, that spun, it could hit somebody, or a child or something could be, cut by it. So the unit I got here has an on-off switch, and basically if that's off, doesn't matter what you do with that switch, it's not going to make any difference, it's not going to work. That switch has to be on, and that was it, just from a health and safety point of view. Okay, so if we put that back in and we switch the switch on, making sure that that's off obviously, and we close that lid, now this is going to be noisy. Okay, so just for health and safety, switch the switch off. Now, this is not finished. It has to be painted. It has to have a catch on this. I have to put a lock on it. I want to put a handle on it. And I also have to make a fence for it as well. So if you have a fence for it, then you can move the fence up and down if you want to cut bits and pieces. Now this fence is too big. I'll have to make my own fence. But that's the general idea what the fence is going to look like. And the whole idea of this is that it's just purely for cutting small things. So if you're a model maker, or you're a crafter, or somebody that's like that, that just needs something sitting on the tabletop that they can carry around in a bag, and they can put a DeWalt battery in the power, just to cut a few things, this is ideal for what you want for your project. As I say, I was in a location where I needed one of these because there was no power where I was, and I didn't want to carry a big table saw. I don't have a miniature table saw anyway. So I said, I need something that I can just pick up and carry, one handle that I can put a battery in. And this is what I made. Now, as I say, this has to be painted, and there's a few of the bits I have to do to it. Okay, so it's not finished yet. When it's finished, I've ordered a few parts in, so and they're coming from AliExpress, so it's going to be taking 2 months. But the great thing is that even with this locked here, I can still get at the battery. I can take the battery out, I can put the battery in. And then with the great thing with the DeWalt battery is that you can actually check the power. They have a button to check the power, so you can check your power. Now, I was going to add in a battery gauge here, but then I said, well, there's a battery gauge on the DeWalt battery, that will tell me what I have left. So keep it simple, stupid, as you say. But it has to be painted. But that is my miniature battery powered table saw, which I have not seen on the market. So if you do find one, or you do come across one, please put it in the comments and email me, let me know. I'd like to see it. But this is my own version of it. And I hope you enjoy it. Click, subscribe, and share, like, and all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.